Rodney, what's your question that you have today with what you saw the last couple of days with Tua Tagovailoa?
Dan, I tell you, man, I was at a football game, my son's football game last night when I was watching it on my phone. And man, my heart dropped when I saw that kid land on a football field and he was just frozen and his hands were stuck like this. It scared the living crap out of me. And I played in this game 15 years and I've had multiple concussions where I hit somebody, the stadium was spinning, I didn't know where I was at. So that's considered a concussion. But nothing like that has ever happened to me. And I don't know how you come back on a football field after that happens to you. We're talking about this kid's life. We're talking about myself as well as so many other football players that I know, friends of mine that live here in Atlanta that suffer from CTE, that suffer from depression, that suffer from light sensitivity, that suffer and it affects their relationship with their kids and their parents. This is something serious. There's no way in the world this kid should go back into football on a football field in the next week or so, Dan. This is dead serious.
Well, I go back to Sunday, Rodney, and okay, they told me it was a back injury, but I mean, he certainly displayed symptoms of having a concussion. He was out on his feet. So what did you see as a former player? If you saw your teammate react like that, and how surprised would you be that he was going to be able to come back into a game?
I would have been shocked. And you're talking about me, a guy that was very physical, flying around. And when I saw him, I just thought it was a concussion. I said, man, get down, because it's a concussion. But then they said it was a back problem. But the way he stumbled, to me, it was more mental. It was more neurological. So I don't know what they're doing, if they're doing anything funny with this kid's life. But at the end of the day, eventually one day he's going to walk away from football and he's going to have a life. He's going to have wife and kids, and he's going to have to sustain a normal life. And when you get hit upside the head like that, and when you fall down and when you're basically paralyzed for 30 seconds or whatever it was, it's going to affect your quality of life later on.
How often would you lie when you got hurt?
Every single time. Every single time. And you don't get to the level of what Tua got to and accomplish the things that he's accomplished in his career without lying, without basically saying, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. It's my back. These players are smart. They know if they say anything that's wrong with their head, they know they're coming out the game. They know they're going to miss a series or two or possibly the entire game. So the first thing they do, oh, it's not my head, it's my back, it's my ankle, it's my shoulder. And, I would have been one of those guys too. But I just know sitting here, turning 50 this year, that I'm looking at this young man and saying, man, he's got so much potential for the rest of his life. He doesn't need to be out on that football field like that.
But he might have lied to the medical staff and said that it was his back. I mean, the player does play a role. Drew Brees said he lied all the time when he got hurt. You're saying that you lied all the time.
And you know what they should do? They should start bringing former guys like me and those guys that lied, bring them in there and talk to the guys and talk to them about the quality of life that we have right now. Yeah, we're doing okay financially and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's more than just, money. It's being able to communicate, being able to sustain relationships and have friends and things like that.
Yeah, but I'm talking to Rodney as a dad who's 50 years of age. If I talk to Rodney as a 24-year-old, you're going to do what Tua did.
Exactly. That's my whole point, Dan.
Okay.
That's why you need guys like me, old school guys that used to lie, to come in and say, hey, guys, you shouldn't be lying about this. This is your life. This is your brain. This is, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah. But what was the protocol? Did you ever lie to Belichick and just say, I'm good? I'm staying in the game?
Yeah, all the time. And I stayed in the game. And if I didn't have anything major like an ACL or a pulled hamstring or a groin or something like that, there's no way you're taking me out of the football game, because we're just wired a certain way. We're wired to be able to go out there, hit. We know we're going to be in a little pain. They talk to you all the time about toughness and your ability to, stay in the game. And that's what football players do, man. If it's a head injury, we're staying in the game. If it's something lower extremity that we can't control, we're coming out the game.
I tell this story all the time that, a player said that he got his bell rung. Hines Ward. I've said his name before. He, takes a hit against the Ravens. He knows he's concussed. He grabs his ankle. He's smart enough to know that I'm going to grab my ankle and try to stay in the game because I got hurt. My bell is rung. And then he said he went to the sidelines. They had to hide his helmet from him.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, Dan, when you wake up after all those years of playing over a decade in the National Football League, and now you're in your 40s and you're close to your 50s, you sit back and you reflect on those moments that, you didn't come out the game, that you lied, because it's affecting. You wake up and you're depressed, you wake up and you're sad, you wake up and you're going through all these different mental and emotional things. That's where it affects you later on in life. And that's my biggest concern with these guys.
But are you speaking from experience?
Absolutely, 100%. That's the only way I can speak. I can't speak upon this.
But you go through depression.
We all go through depression. Anytime you play football and you have CTE, yeah, we all go through a form of depression, but it's about how you take care of yourself. But yeah, we go through a breviary of emotions and things like that. That's why I say a lot of times when you have CTE, when you're dealing with guys that have been concussed, it's hard to maintain certain relationships. It's hard to establish new relationships. A lot of times you don't even want to go out the house. And that's my concern with Tua and the rest of these guys, their lifestyle when they're done playing football. Because think about it. If you're fortunate enough, you'll play 8 to 10 years. And when you turn 30, you're concussed, you can't focus, you can't do certain things. So that's my biggest concern with these guys, letting them know, man, it's okay to sit out a game or two if you have to make sure that your brain is taken care of and make sure that you have the quality of life that you deserve later on.